We are definitely getting much better weather, so you know what this means. All the car guys are going to be working on their cars. So what are we going to be doing for the spring, YouTube? What are we going to be doing? Supercharger, turbocharger, nitrous. What is going on, kid family? So spring is around the corner. We are getting definitely much better, much needed weather.
So you know what this means? All the car guys are going to be working on their cars. So what are we going to be doing for the spring, YouTube? What are we going to be doing? Supercharger, turbocharger, nitrous?
No, none of the above. Why? Because this car is my daily driver. It makes no sense for me to modify this car because one, it will cost a crazy amount of money to make this slow go fast or be considered a sports car. Maybe if we had the Civic Si, but with the Civic LX, no thank you. It is not a good platform to start off if you want to do performance. So stick around, I'm going to tell you what we will do in the spring for this vehicle. So one thing that we will do in the spring for this vehicle is a valve lash adjustment. So this vehicle is approaching around 75 to 78,000 miles, and I do hear a ticking noise from the valve train, and I'm pretty sure it's the valves. Maybe one of them or two of them are out of adjustment, out of spec. So we definitely want to take care of that before they get more out of spec, because that can lead to premature wear, worse miles per gallon. Likewise, it could lead to a catastrophic engine damage. So for that video, stay tuned. I will do a detailed step-by-step instruction. We will take off the whole valve cover. We'll be adjusting the crank pulley from the bottom. We'll be turning over the engine, adjusting it with a feeler gauge, and I'll let you know the order you need to do it on, the specifications, and the valve clearances. So stay tuned for that video. That will be an in-depth video, and I'm sure you guys will like it. So because I got the hood popped, the next thing we're gonna try to tackle is this thing that I really hate. Now this car and a lot of Civics back in the day, Civics in general, they had a lot of quarter panel rust. I did tuck the quarter panel, but I did make sure to preserve it. So we did spray a sealer in there, we did spray undercoating, and it's been great. No problems whatsoever. I do see some Civics 8th gens with rust in the back, and it makes me cry. But we definitely wanted to preserve this one, and so far it's doing good. But one thing and one place I noticed there is rust accumulation is right here under the hood. I'm not sure if you guys can see it really well, but it is right here on the hood. It is starting to form some bubbles, and we will be tackling that. We will try to tackle this, sand it down, clean it up, put some kind of rust inhibitor on here, and just clean it up a little bit. Granted, I might not paint match just because it's on the underside and you might not see it, but we will try to improve that because we just hate rust. We don't want rust on our vehicles. Now, I'm not too picky about it because the whole car does have hail damage, as you can see on some of the reflections right there. I mean, there's just a bunch of hail damage all over, but you can't really see it too much. Regardless, I'm not too concerned about the rust that much because I can always replace the hood and that will fix my hail damage. The next step and the next thing we will be tackling, whoa, it's getting chilly, man. I thought this is a spring video. It's getting chilly. What's going on? The next step we're going to be tackling is in the rear. We will be replacing the rear sway bar end links. Now, I do have the original sway bar end links still here. After 75,000 miles, they've seen better days. They took a lot of abuse, especially once the car was lowered multiple times, slamming them, taking the sway bar end links off. The boots, the rubber boots around the sway bar end links are shot. These things are dead. When I'm driving over bumps, there's a ton of noise. We definitely want to replace those to improve the quality of the ride and again help with the handling. There's somewhere there. The next step guys, we got the original rotors on this vehicle. 80,000 miles, original rotors. They did good, but when I am driving and I need to start braking more aggressively, steering wheel shakes, and I don't know what it could be. I'm guessing it's the warped rotor. So we will first replace the rotors and the brake pads. We will replace these. Now these are factory, but we are going to replace them with slotted and drilled rotors, and normally these are ceramic pads, and we will be installing semi-metallic pads. So I'll explain all that during those videos, but it is supposed to improve the performance and the braking of the brakes. Because I have drum brakes in the back, I definitely would like to improve the performance from the front of the car with braking. Likewise, we will sand down the calipers and the rear drums, because I did repaint them a long time ago, but as you can see, they definitely need to be redone. And if you follow my channel, you already know I've been having issues with the gauge cluster, the upper gauge cluster that is. A problem that I've been having is that the upper cluster inverts and displays the wrong reading from the fuel. So it's sensitive. Sometimes when I would press the gauge, it would fix it. Right now it's working, but it flips on you randomly. So we're gonna try to take apart the upper cluster here, and I still gotta find out how to do it online because there's a lot of bolts here, and this is a pretty big cluster or dashboard, and I do not want to mess it up. But we'll try to figure that out. We'll see what's going on. If there's anything loose, we can resolder it, and we'll go from there. Last resort would be buy a new upper cluster. I've seen them going on eBay for anywhere from $50 to $100. Last resort, we can do that, but it really doesn't affect me that much. Am I gonna do it? We'll see. We'll see if it's worth the investment. But those are just some of the things that I will be doing for sure in the summertime. Likewise, one more thing that we will be doing is doing a full exterior detail on this vehicle with Bullet's Garage. We're going to team up with Bullet's Garage channel. Check him out. Link above. He's going to do a full detail on his Lexus GSF, and we're gonna tag along, and we're gonna do it 3-stage process: clay bar, paint correction, polish, and wax. So this car definitely needs it. I haven't done a proper 3-4 step process like that since I bought the car. So there's a lot of embedded material on the paint, and one way to check that is if you just, let's say you wash your car and you just glide your fingers across. Can you hear that? If you can hear, please excuse the dog in the background, but if you can hear the material gliding along your fingers, and you can hear that sediment and tar and brake dust on the paint, it's definitely time to clay bar your vehicle. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this vehicle. I hope you stay tuned with me for this summer and this spring. We'll try to put out some content for you. Drop a comment down in the description what you're going to be doing with your vehicles in the spring and summer. I know car guys, we love this time. We get back into it after having a whole winter staying at home, watching TV, getting the beer belly growing, you know what I'm saying? So let me know what you guys are going to be doing, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.